Hi submarine friends. Well, I've been pretty busy machining here and I have the center opened up to within 1/8 of an inch of the final size. I don't want to take it all the way to the final size in case I get the angle wrong on the seat. If I have a misalignment that's greater than spec, then I have to sink it further in, which changes the size of the opening. So I have to leave extra room in case I make a mistake, and I do make mistakes. So this is what's called a spherical sector conical window. So it's a segment of a, sorry, did I say that right? Spherical segment dome window with a conical seat. So it has no seals on the pressures, on the high pressure seat. So there's just grease on this seat right here. That's it. That's the seal. On the outside of the window for low pressure, when the submarine is at the surface, there's not enough pressure squeezing on the grease, so it could leak. So there's an O-ring on the outer lip, and it just presses on the top of the window, seals against the housing. And that's all there is to it. So what else is there? The window creeps. So when the window is under an extreme pressure, so maximum depth or greater, the window actually compresses and pushes into the seat and actually squeezes right inside. So the land of the seat, just like welding, there's a land, it needs to protrude inside so that when the window squeezes in, it's still sitting on the seat. So the seat has to be longer than the face of the window. Another thing, when I machine this face to match this angle, I am allowed a misalignment. That's how thorough the testing of acrylic windows has been done over the years. So I'm allowed a percentage of misalignment, and in the case of this window, it's based on the size of the window. In the case of this window, I'm allowed 7/1000ths of an inch of misalignment. But the misalignment can only work in one direction. So the outside edge, so this leading edge has to be flush with the seat, and the inner edge can have a slight gap of 7/1000ths. When I had this installed in my other submarine, I achieved a 4/1000ths of an inch misalignment. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that's impressive because that was machined with a homemade tool that was hydraulic driven, and I made it from scratch, and I got within 4/1000ths of an inch. I think that's pretty darn good for a homemade tool. Now, I'm lucky now because I'm making the frame and the window is sitting here, so I can get it close, and then I can plastic gauge it, and I can make sure that the window, I'm gonna have 100% perfect fit. Because it's easy, because it's all sitting right here. If this was welded into the submarine, it'd be a whole different story. So that's where I'm at now. So the next thing I have to do, once that fits this, I will wet sand this window with 2000 grit sandpaper, and then I will buff it. It's so easy. You wouldn't believe how easy it is to make acrylic windows just gorgeous. So I just buff it with compound, and I just use a simple car buffer, like you would buff your paint job. And in a matter of half an hour, this window will be just immaculate, like crystal clear. I love it. It's actually a very rewarding job to do. I look forward to doing that again. So that's where we're at. Stay tuned. Ciao.